We're diving deep today into a question I think we've all had about prayer. If we ask the divine for uh, temporary things, a new job, better health, does that work? And if it does, what's really going on? What's the divine trying to teach us?
Exactly.
We're looking at a few key verses in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, which suggests that, well, a lot of us approach God as this sort of Superman, powerful being who's there to grant wishes we can't fulfill ourselves.
Right, asking the ultimate source for a temporary fix. And
Yeah.
our mission today is to uncover what the text says happens when those wishes are granted. We're going to look at the two surprising benefits that come from this, and maybe most importantly, what the ultimate objective of every living being really is.
Okay, so let's start with that first benefit. The prayer is answered, the wish is granted. What happens immediately?
It's the most obvious outcome. It solidifies their faith.
Yeah.
People see a direct link. I prayed, I received, therefore my belief is stronger. It's the entry point.
But hold on a second. If the divine knows that these material things won't bring lasting happiness, why grant the wish at all? Isn't that just, prolonging the cycle?
It seems like it, but it's actually a necessary teaching tool. And that brings us to the second, much more profound benefit.
Okay.
It's through getting what you asked for that you start to realize there's no permanent happiness in it.
I see.
Think about it. Someone prays for a big promotion, they get it, the joy is real, but maybe it lasts a few months. Then the new stress kicks in, the new demands, and soon they're already thinking about the next promotion.
So we're essentially being taught through experience, the getting and then the slow realization that it wasn't the final answer. That's what shows us the futility of prosperity.
Precisely. The sincerity of the prayer, or how long you pray for, that's not the issue. The real limiting factor is not understanding that the world is, by its very nature, unable to satisfy your deepest need for contentment.
You just remain a seeker.
You remain a seeker, constantly moving from one object to the next until that big realization finally hits you.
So that raises the big question. How do you actually make this shift? How do you go from realizing this futility to actually seeking something permanent?
Well, the text explains that the spiritual path requires more than just prayer at that point. You have to add good actions.
Good actions like selfless service, dharma.
Exactly. And when you do that, you're granted opportunities to learn the true knowledge of God. And these aren't random. They're tailored to your spiritual growth based on your past efforts.
That completely changes the perspective. So the chase for temporary goals isn't a mistake to be punished. It's actually the foundation for this next step.
It's a stepping stone. Once you gain that true perspective, your objective shifts. You stop seeking resources and you start seeking the source. The goal becomes merging with God.
And let's clarify that. When
Yeah.
the text says merging with God, it's not about losing your identity, is it?
Not at all. It's about finding ultimate liberation, moksha. It's the end of that cycle of temporary seeking. It's the only thing that actually satisfies that ultimate requirement for peace we talked about.
The analogy the text uses here is just brilliant. It compares this whole journey to going through school.
It's the perfect analogy. I mean, think about a student in second grade. Their whole world might be about passing that year's tests.
Right.
But the real ultimate goal is graduation. It always has been. Those temporary prayers for a promotion or a new car, that's just you trying to pass second grade. They're all just stepping stones.
Which means, for you listening, that everything you're going through right now is powerful. Since even chasing these lesser goals is a stepping stone, maybe consider how your current experiences, even the frustrating ones, the moments where you get something and feel empty, are actually part of a curriculum that's guiding you, step by step, toward that final objective of true knowledge. Something to think about until our next deep dive.